My name is Edvin Resebo, and I work as the CEO for AMEXCI. And AMEXCI is a company that focuses on laser powder bed fusion and manufacturing parts for our customers. At AMEXCI, we are putting sustainability at the center of our operations, where we really try to work on sustainability from two aspects. So, number one, looking at the design of the application and seeing how we can actually optimize the resource utilization for a specific application, but then also really how we can understand our own ecological footprint in the manufacturing chain. And that together then give the actual number to our customer and showcase that, if you choose additive manufacturing as your manufacturing method, you're not only optimizing the impact in the usage of your part, but we can also optimize the entire manufacturing chain. So I think a good start when you're not very familiar to additive manufacturing and the benefits it can bring. I mean, it is getting in contact with a company like ourselves, and we will sit you down together with our experienced engineers and manufacturing team and bring all of those aspects into the discussion. So you understand the entire process from start to finish. So it's not only about how to design your part, but all of the after following steps until you have that part in your hand, what's actually going to happen and how is that different from conventional methods like milling or casting, for example. And it is really a long-term investment when walking into additive. It's not a quick fix. It's not something that you will realize in a month. But it's about building awareness and seeing kind of where these different technologies fit into your product or your offering in your market. So, and with the end goal, as we see it, is always to make the customer more competitive in the areas where they are active. I think the InShape project is a great example on how you can collaborate to not only think about sustainability, but do actual technology development with sustainability as one of the main focuses. So the idea is to look at how we can use the laser technology in a different way and on the fly change the profile of the beam that is melting the metal powder to increase the productivity and also decrease the waste in the manufacturing process. So this is something that we then take and apply on a specific application that then can really harvest all of those benefits. So, what we see, the only way to achieve this is putting together all of these different partners. So, I mean, it's at the very core of it funded by the European Union through the Horizon program. But then, like the Technical University of Munich, EOS, AMEXCI, and other players in this are coming together and, really putting it to the test. Looking at the main influencing factors, and I mean, going back to the research that our team has been doing on this, I mean, you can see that raw material plays a big role. Electricity plays a big role, and I mean with electricity meaning how this electricity comes into being. I mean, is the main source from water energy, or is it wind, or is it coal, or so we've seen that if you look at it all across the board, a large impacting factor comes from where geographically you're placed and where you are then having your operations. So it has a big difference if you're manufacturing a part in Germany versus, for example, Sweden or Finland, because the amount of green energy being used is very much higher in the Nordics versus Germany. So that already plays a big role into this. Then, of course, where you source your raw material, how that raw material is produced, that also plays a big role into the whole kind of package for understanding the ecological impact of your specific application. I think if you look at it purely from the sustainability aspect, yes, of course, it makes sense that moving it to the Nordics and you should produce everything out there. But of course, there's a reality to it as well. And you also have to consider then you're changing the supply chain, the logistics, and how does that impact your manufacturing? And we see that so many times coming back in this because you really need to understand the full scope of that specific part you're manufacturing. You cannot just look at one of the singular puzzle pieces. You need to take into consideration all the different aspects that comes into this. And I think that's the remarkable thing in that case. So, I mean, really don't zoom in on a specific thing, look at the big picture, and then also, use that as a guidance on how to take a decision and where to, structure your manufacturing footprint. So I think you're touching on the key topic here when working with sustainability and additive. I mean, collaboration is key to success. You cannot be alone digging into this vast field of opportunities and challenges, and you need to find, the right partners with the right mindset, where you can look at all of these different aspects to kind of get as nuanced as you can, and make sure that you build it up empirically so you understand, okay, where is this heading. So I mean, everything else aside, find good partners and good companies and institutes and universities that can bring something of their expertise, and I think together you will be successful. If we look at the AMGTA, I think it's a great example of like-minded companies and individuals coming together and doing just that, sharing their perspective, how they're seeing this, where the challenges are, and also, where the opportunities are. And it gives you this very multifaceted organization where you can pick singular competencies and singular needs and paint this canvas to see, okay, it isn't a singular view or a singular way of going about it, but you can together put a lot of those different thoughts up on the table, set a direction, and also start investigating it. So, it's not only about, collaborating for the sake of collaboration, or you can also divide and conquer and focus on, doing your part, your contribution on it. And through the collaboration in the AMGTA, you can also have the organization as such as kind of a neutral umbrella, bringing everyone together to make sure that it's not a singular company's interest or focus as well that's in the center of the activities that the group is engaging. The way that I look at it, at least, I mean, speaking for myself and a bit of this view, is that actually the fact that the industrial companies these days are putting sustainability more at the center of what they're doing, that is the enabler for this to actually broaden the adoption of additive manufacturing. Because, I mean, additive manufacturing works as an enabler in the sustainability journey, and that's the difference. So, since the focus is on being more sustainable, additive manufacturing has a lot of things to bring to the table, using less energy, less material, and then making sure that you can make something that is very much adapted for that application. And that's what will actually make the companies more sustainable, the fact that there is a will to be more sustainable, and then you explore new technologies, new ways of going about it, so it comes together in a nice way.
We want to share a huge thank you with AMGTA and its members for taking part in these conversations. You can watch the series at mansus.co.